do with genocide.
Yeah, my name is Alex Awad. I'm a Palestinian American Christian born in Jerusalem and raised there and served there. And in the last 10 years, I've been living here in Eugene.
As I expected, which was a lot of people challenging the senator and exposing his hypocritical stance. Particularly when he's voted so many times to arm Israel in its genocide.
No words can describe what happened at all. It's just outrageous, just completely outrageous, and there's no call for that. I mean, the guy should be there as a speaker, either representative. The guy should not be heckled, and that's exactly what happened. This is not right. It just ain't right at all. And here I am, a Republican defending a Democrat. How about that? And I'm worrying Trump was right about everything, folks. So
there is no specific Israeli PAC that is like AIPAC. Folks, when you look at it, there is no PAC including AIPAC. Obviously, everybody participates in a broken down mess of a political system.
I got cameras. I got fully licensed. Everything I have. I got my tripod with me.
I got Justin Phillip here, Green Party candidate, right?
That's right, for the 4th Congressional District.
So we're here at the Ron Wyden Town Hall.
Yes, Sheldon High School. So yeah, this will be interesting. There's definitely a strong presence of peace activists here looking to end the genocide in Gaza. And that's, obviously anyone who's been paying attention knows that we've been trying to pressure Ron Wyden on this issue for quite some time.
What did you see earlier?
Yeah, so I went in early, and the website says no bags, no large bags, which I understand that security concern because you don't know what people will be putting in those things. But there's nothing on the website that prohibits anyone from bringing in a sign until we showed up. And then I guess they changed the rules. They said no one can bring in any signs. Well, one of the peace activists tried to bring in a cloth sign. It was noticed by Wyden's staff, and she was asked to remove it from the room. I don't know. I just like with Democrats like that, who needs Trump suppressing free speech? Is kind of my take on it, and that's what I told her. These are supposed to be the people that will tell you that they are going to save democracy and protect free speech, but they can't handle some peace signage at a town hall. In October, on the 11th, at Theo's Coffee House, we are going to have our monthly Green meetup. So anyone is welcome, green or not, to come and just see what we're up to, why we're trying to pressure these two major parties that aren't really addressing the needs of the public.
Okay, Justin, I'm going to put your info in the description, but for the video, can you just go ahead and say where people can get more information about you and your values?
Yeah, Justin for Congress. It's the number 4, so Justin4Congress.com. We're trying. You do the best you can, and I think sometimes the only thing these people understand is direct threats to their power and wealth, and that's why we're taking the approach that we are. Thanks, James.
You bet.
All right. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Sorry, even an interruption.
I'm so sorry. Excuse of whatever happened.
I have the great privilege of being Eugene's mayor. My name is Karen Knutson. This is a responsibility. Thank you. This is a responsibility that I've been carrying since just the beginning of this year, January of 2025. And it is absolutely my honor to welcome you today and also to thank you for joining us at what is Senator Wyden's over 1,135 town halls. Senator Wyden has held.
Will you stop voting for military aid to Israel? Because I'm ready to go home.
Yeah! Woo! Woo! I will always look, for ways to secure peace. For example, I said that I'm for a two-state solution. I'm for a Palestinian state. My colleague is has proposed that. Well, here's what the challenge is. Not just Hamas opposes it, not just Netanyahu opposed it, but there are a lot of people in the region who are opposed to it. So what we've got to do, and there's so much energy in this room, and we did for her question.
Everyone, please let the senator answer the question.
Answer the question.
My best is I'm going to support every single thing that advances the peace process. And the best thing to do is to make sure that there are penalties if you interfere with the aid process. That'll send a real message.
Our next question, folks, we need to acknowledge the fact that people are here to discuss many issues.
Very Thornton, and I wanted to know, do you have a plan and approach to protect Social Security and Medicare?
Well, do I have a plan to protect Social Security and Medicare? I do. I'm the ranking Democrat on the Finance Committee, and I used some of it last Thursday. You may have heard that Trump's new social commissioner said that he was going to pursue cutting retirement benefits by raising the retirement age. That would be a real hardship for people. I announced that I was against it. Within 3 hours, they withdrew it. They took it out and they said, we're not going to start messing with the Senate finance. So that was the Senate last. The other thing that I'm working on is I believe that billionaires ought to start paying into Social Security. Billionaires today not only can avoid paying into Social Security, but can avoid paying taxes almost altogether for years on end. The gentleman's answer is so important. I'm looking out, and by the way, on Gaza, you all are making very fair points. We're having a good debate on this, and Social Security is part of a good debate because there's a connective tissue between young people and senior citizens. And I want seniors to be able to get those benefits and not lose them because Donald Trump wants to take away money so you can give it to the billionaires. And that's what I'm committed to do.
South Africa was an apartheid racist state where white settlers were given civil and political rights that the indigenous Black people were denied. And the solution to that situation was not a two-state solution, but a single state where everybody had equal rights. Today, Israel is a racist apartheid state. Right. Where settlers are given civil and political rights denied to the indigenous Palestinian people. Right. So my question is, why should we tolerate a two-state solution where an apartheid state is allowed to continue to deny those rights to the indigenous people that live there?
Well, a couple of points. I don't want to lose you, sir, if you're going into the aisle. I think it may end up being smarter to have one state. But I think we also ought to recognize that as much as I disagree with Benjamin Netanyahu and I've called for his replacement, there are civil rights like gay rights and the like in Israel that are almost unparalleled in the world.
Liar!
I will
Liar!
Racism.
I will look and would be glad to work with you on the possibility that perhaps a one-state solution is better. I wouldn't take it off the table at all.
What response are you seeing to the bombing of the Hamas representatives in Doha? It seems to me that this violation of the sovereignty of the country is outrageous, something that should be rebuked and sanctions followed.
Yeah.
I think I'm on the intelligence committee, so there's a couple of things I can't talk about, but I've seen opposition from the Israeli generalists to that, and that ought to make it clear to Netanyahu it's a mistake.
So through pro-Israel lobbyists, you've taken close to $1.2 million and roughly, and there's no other foreign government that come near that amount of funding. And my question for you is, what makes Israel such a major lobbyist for you and other politicians? What makes them such a great ally to justify their lobbying and influence over our politics?
Well,
Yeah.
there is no specific Israeli PAC that is like
AIPAC.
Folks, when you look at it, there is no PAC, including AIPAC. Obviously, everybody participates in a broken down mess of a political system. For your generation, I want a different system. And that's why I want to get rid of big money and Citizens United. And if we do it, we will have folks. I believe I'm the only one in America today having a town hall meeting like this. I know of no other that is open to all and basically says, I'm going to be there to listen to you. For example, Republicans have been told not to have any town hall meetings at all.
My question is about cancer research. One of the most dispiriting and disappointing budget cuts by this administration has been to the funding of research on cancer. And I'm wondering what, if anything, you can do about that.
I stayed on the budget committee for one reason, and that is because I think we've got to step up our effort in fighting cancer. And what Trump has been doing, you've probably seen it, they're emptying DC from all of the National Science Foundation and NIH and the like. They're emptying the talent. Robert Kennedy took all the qualified people off the boards that review vaccines and the like and put in all these ideologues. And I want everybody to understand, you may have seen the hearing when he came to the Finance Committee. I think Robert Kennedy needs to be replaced, and it needs to be done now.
I don't know, but resist the temptation to explain to the audience how AIPAC funnels millions of dollars to influence election. Not a PAC, they're a nonprofit, got it. But my real question is, since you're obviously such a big friend of Israel, why are you letting them destroy themselves? They're destroying their economy, they're destroying their society, they're destroying a young generation of Israelis who are brought up to believe every Palestinian is a terrorist. So you know as well as I do, it's been pointed out several times here, you've got to get rid of the weapons that are enabling them to carry out this genocide. Stay on the bond. You have the chance to vote for it more than once. Don't tell us you're doing everything you can. It's a law.
Can you finish? So, first of all, I agree with your first point with respect to Israel being hurt by these policies. You're correct. And that's why I want Netanyahu to go, because I don't believe those policies will change. No matter what happens on a vote on weapons or anything, they will not change until Netanyahu is gone.
Not just Netanyahu.
Folks, I'd like you to do that. I'd like you to be respectful to the speaker. It has nothing to do with me. He's right. And I'm going to make another point on this. If we don't have a replacement for Netanyahu, I don't believe the weapons are going to resolve anything. To change Israel, which you eloquently talk about, that's what you got to do. One other point. I'm a Jew. I'm a first generation Jew. I was never raised to hate Palestinians.
You're not Israeli.
See, you get your turn.
Well, I got my turn.
There you go.
You were elected in Oregon to represent Oregonians, not to represent the state of Israel. That's it.
So the gentleman is, important point is who you represent.
Yes.
And I made the point that nowhere in America today, and I checked, is there an open to everybody meeting with a United States Senator so that you can hold him accountable. Senator Berkeley's name was mentioned. To Jeff Berkeley's great credit, I was in office and he ran and he said, I'm going to do it like Ron's doing it. So he has plenty of them and deserves credit of it. But the point of who do you represent? My wife has said repeatedly, dear, I'm not sure it's even safe for you to have a town meeting now. And I've said, I trust Oregonians. I trust Oregonians, and there has not been a bad comment in the House, including yours. And I'll match my record for standing up for Oregonians, whether it's healthcare costs, whether it's tax, whether it's information, whether it's education, with anybody. And well, sometimes people disagree, and I understand that, and that's why I came here to learn. And many of the people who agree with your position have made good points tonight, and I've been taking notes so I can go after him. When you're with Senator Manning on the important bill for citizens' rights, as my mom would say, you're running with the right crowd.
Hello, Senator Ron Wyden. My name is Quinn, and I'm here representing not only the American Communist Party, but I'm also representing the working class of. I am representing not only the American Communist Party, but I'm also representing the working class of Oregonians. Since October 7, 2023, the United States government has given the Israeli regime $17.2 billion in aid. This not only goes into their military spending, but it also goes to their pensions and universal health care. You have voted every time in favor of funding and arming Israel while they are actively committing a genocide of the Palestinian people. During our time, Oregon's homelessness has increased by 16% since 2023, and there are 220 more thousand Oregonians since 2023 that have been let go of their health care benefits. Literally last week, a man in Portland died by running over a pothole. Maybe you would see these social issues if you actually lived in the state and not in New York. It feels good promoting progressive values, but your voting record in arming Israel and foreign policy is anything but progressive. Supporting a genocidal right-wing regime is anything but progressive. I call on you to disband from taking any money from APAC and start focusing on issues here in America. Issues here at home. Issues that can be touched about. There is no reason why we should have this disparity in development equality in America. There's no reason why veterans should be sleeping underneath fridges. You need to commit to stop sending funds to foreign wars and start focusing on issues in America. Thank you.
First of all, this idea that I live somewhere else is preposterous. You can drive by my house in southeast Portland any old day. The neighbors are always there. They're telling everybody.
What's your address?
What I've done 1,135 times, which you certainly couldn't do if you live somewhere other than Oregon, is be accessible to everybody. That's what I'll keep doing. And he's making a good point on housing, and we're going to follow that up.
I agree with the gentleman, abolish ICE. I didn't really come prepared, but I have noticed that you're not answering the questions. Senator Ron Wyden. You're evading, you're not answering the questions. Why did you vote no to block Senate Resolution 34, which would have blocked 1,000-pound bombs and joint direct attack munitions guidance kits? You voted against Senate Resolution 41, which would block the delivery of 20,000 fully automatic assault rifles. You have lots of words that you say to us, and lots of platitudes, but your voting record is to bomb children, Palestinian children. That's your voting record. So my question to you is, since it's a genocide, since it's an ethnic cleansing for the past 75 years, but especially since October 7th, since it's an apartheid state, how can you justify sending any more money, any more weapons to Israel? We 70 to 80% of the weapons that Israel is using to bomb Palestinian children and burn them alive in tents comes from us. 70 to 80% of the money that they are using to prosecute that genocide comes from us, from the United States. And you, sir, with blood on your hands, are voting for it. So, are you going to stop? Are you going to vote for humanity, for the Palestinians?
First of all, there is no bill on offer now about additional weapons. I checked. There is no bill on offer now.
In the future,
Just like a answer the question, it was stated very clearly.
If I could, I want Netanyahu replaced.
Thank you, Senator, for being here today, and it's good to see you, Mayor. I apologize that my last email was in March. Look, Senator, you have myriad progressive accomplishments. I mean, the list is long. People pointed out to me in defending you. You talk about the need to end this war that's expanded across the entire Middle East into Africa, conducted by Israel, which you are, and you talk about imports of the next generation. But I'm here to express that people my age and younger don't trust. You've already participated in a Holocaust. The blood of Palestinian babies down in Haiti. I have seen the blood of Palestinian children, more than I can count, on a practically daily basis. Because I'm not looking away. And for Jews like me, never again means never again. So, I apologize, but I don't have any more kind words for you. I think you betrayed us. I think you're a Shonda Vulagoyan. I think you need to step down. So I'd like to ask when you're going to step aside and let a new generation of leadership emerge.
I'm serving a term in the United States Senate because the majority of Oregonians at a duly elected, at a duly arranged election, under vote by mail, voted for me.
Oh, not another time! No more 24 Israel's crime! Not another nickel! Not another time! No more 24 Israel's crime! Not another nickel!
Netanyahu, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! Netanyahu,
You can't hide! We charge you with genocide!
Hi there, I'm with Pat Driscoll again. Hi, Pat.
How you doing?
Good. How'd that go, Pat?
Well, I went as I expected, which was a lot of people challenging the senator and exposing his hypocritical stance. Particularly when he's voted so many times to arm Israel in its genocide. And basically kind of denying his role in that. Also, he said, oh, I'm all for the two-state solution. And when I, pointed out that, hey, that's a apartheid solution, as happened in South Africa, he pivoted and said, oh, yeah, one state, that's a good idea. It's like, well, which is it, Senator? Are you going to continue to stand for an apartheid state, or are you going to come out and say, no, we should have one state where everybody has equal rights? So he kept dancing and pivoting and refused to also to acknowledge that how we got here, with Trump, was because at least the last 4 years of Biden and the Democratic policies that drove this country into the ground paved the way for the election of Trump.
Yes.
Not to speak of, going all the way back to Bill Clinton and NAFTA. I mean, it's been Democrats and Republicans jointly
The
driving
establishment.
this country into the ground together.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and he has no solution for that.
Yeah, I'm Dharmika Henschel, and you're welcome to ask me questions because you have no idea what I'm about to talk about.
I don't.
So,
but you're a member of the community, and my channel's Community Matters. So
yeah. So,
are you with anybody?
No, not really.
Okay, you're a community member.
I'm a community member, and I've been following people doing research on election integrity issues since this election.
Yes. Okay.
So, after the election, there was a Reddit formed called Something Is Wrong 2024, and I started following because it just seemed like the results were very not what it just didn't seem right. So people, as the results started coming in, started trying to make graphs to try to figure out if there was potential election manipulation. And so there was a group called smartelections.us, which already has been doing research, and they actually have a suit going on in New York. But out of that Reddit group, a group formed called Election Truth Alliance. Oh, I'm supposed to look at the camera. Called Election Truth Alliance.
Yeah, my name is Alex Awad. I'm a Palestinian, American, Christian, born in Jerusalem and raised there and served there. And in the last 10 years, I've been living here in Eugene.
Okay, for 10 years you've been in Eugene.
Yes.
I heard you speak. It was very compelling.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
What would you like the community to know about your experience and your perceptions?
Well, what I like the community to know that I am really concerned that American tax money is going to buy weapons and sent to Israel. And these weapons are killing men, women, and children. And they are helping Israel starve the Palestinian people in Gaza and have an apartheid regime in the West Bank. So I want the American people who are very good-hearted, who are nice people, to realize what their government is doing and to stand up against these injustices.
Where would you like to direct my viewers to for more information?
I would say most American major news media are really not telling the whole story and not telling the truth. And I would say that we need to listen to Al Jazeera, English. If you speak Arabic, of course, Al Jazeera Arabic, but also you can go to an Israeli newspaper, which is Haaretz, English, and it's also on YouTube. You can get it. There are also the Washington Report on Middle Eastern Affairs, the Washington Report on Middle Eastern Affairs. And you have community centers like the station that is interviewing me. This will tell you the truth as it is and not gloss it over with just words and semantics that mean nothing. But this picture shows me with the Senator Wyden. That was taken 7 years ago. 7 years ago, I told him that he needs to look into the situation in Gaza and he needs to do something to stop the blockade of Gaza. Otherwise, I told him, things will explode. And of course, things exploded on October 7. Unfortunately, at that time, he did not listen to me. And this is what I did this afternoon. I tried to remind him of what happened 7 years ago And I urged him to listen to the people who are talking him today, because most of the people in the meeting were talking to him about doing justice for Israel and Palestine. And I think he is listening. I hope he is.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'll share this with my viewers, and hopefully you'll get a lot of views, and people will hear what your message.
That's good.
Hi, I'm Jen. I am a pro-Palestinian activist involved in multiple organizations here in Eugene, as well as kind of international organizations in support of Palestine. Numerous great groups that I kind of work with. So I came here today to Wyden's Town Hall to ask him if he can do anything for the Global Samud Flotilla, which is currently on its way to Gaza to aiming to open up a humanitarian corridor to supply aid to the victims of the Israeli genocide and the starvation campaign and the continued bombing and destruction of Gaza City right now. So the flotilla, unfortunately, has been attacked by multiple drones, and there's not really much attention as far as the media. We have many Americans. There's an American ship. There's also a U.S. veteran ship as a part of the Global Samud Flotilla. There is...
Is this the one that Greta Thunberg is part of?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There are over 50 ships and 44 countries participating in this. Okay. And this is grassroots. This is like normal people. We have several Oregonians who are on the ships as well.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I wanted to come and ask Wyden specifically. He doesn't have the greatest history in voting against Israeli interests, or
I was kind of defensive when people were asking about track APAC.
Correct. So that, you know, he has connections, and so I'm hoping that maybe somehow, some way he could protect the flotilla so that they're able to establish this humanitarian corridor where we can have aid coming from people to people, civilian to civilian, not being intercepted, not being led.
Is that what this is? Is that what the objective is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they are delivering aid, and they are hoping to open a corridor.
Well, my name is Mark Eberly speaking. I'm representing PAC News. That's PATCnews.com. I'm also with the National Rifle Association, media spokesperson of the National Rifle Association. I've been a member since 1994 with the National Rifle Association, lifetime member now. So, yeah, it's what we had here was Ron Wyden. He actually got huckled by, I couldn't believe, by his own constituents. I couldn't believe that. That was a shocker to me. I never seen that before from a town hall perspective. And here I am, a Trump supporter. I was quiet. I was neutral. You saw that. I didn't stand up.
Pretty quiet.
I was very quiet. I didn't say any word. I didn't stand up. One nation under God, in God we trust. And remember, it was Billy Graham that said, you know, life begins at conception, and also Jesus is the way of life. Billy Graham said those words. Jesus is the way of life, and America, in God we trust. Thank you so much for your time.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
What are you predicting are on the files?
Oh, well, we're gonna find that out. You know, we're gonna find that out when they release everything, and we're gonna find that. Are you
predicting that Trump will be complicit with it? He will comply with releasing the files?
Absolutely. The fair. I got the. By the way, I went to your Pal Fair, and the biggest cow in the world. 6,225 pounds, the biggest cow in the world, and I got a picture of that. Amazing. I also went to a Ferrari show too as well. So anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's everything, unless you have something else.
No, I just want to say thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for your time, and thank you for allowing me to tell the story what happened today at a town hall meeting with Ron Wyden. I couldn't believe he got hackled by his own Democrat Party. I couldn't believe it. I got that on video. I just couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I never seen that before.